Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be reviewing the G.I. Joe Timeless Collection Australian Jungle Fighter. This figure originally came out in 1966, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. But this is the remake of him. They made in 2001 or 2002, I believe. So we have G.I. Joe Fighting Men Counterintelligence Manual. Has just basic information in it. I want to point out something is you see this is the Australian Jungle Fighter. Then you have the information page for him. But then look, we have the German soldier and the Japanese Imperial soldier right next to him, his information. The British soldier and the French resistance fighter information page. The Russian infantry is okay. And then the Japanese soldier, there's the German soldier information page. So, I don't know what's up with that. And French resistance, the British commando. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's a common saying or what. But, all the figures in the back. There's when we get the Australian Jungle Fighter. Probably will say somewhere in here what year these are. Let me see. 2001, so I was right. Anyway, this is the figure himself. He is much cooler than the Australian ODF they made in 1996. But they're both, the Australian ODF, I made a review for that. I'll probably put it in the description. But this is a very good figure, but his uniform and just overall gear, a lot more. But the Australian ODF came with an L1A1 rifle, so I just chose to buy him over this one. It's my brother's, so I'm reviewing. We have his hat. It says his equipment list in here, so if I forget, I guess I can just read it off this. Yeah, it just says that calls it a campaign hat. And then this is the figure's face sculpt. Slightly different than the typical vintage G.I. Joe face sculpt. And then we have his entrenching tool and the dagger. It's a pretty cool piece. I like it. And then we have the dagger, and it has a knuckle duster built into it. The blade's a little bit warped. And he comes with 6 pineapple grenades, just the typical vintage grenades. A Victoria Cross medal. A machete and sheath. Get that out. Pretty cool. He has shoes with socks and a pair of shorts, and then a long sleeve shirt. I really don't remember too much of the military rankings, so I have to look that up later. And he comes with this M2 flamethrower, which is pretty cool. 1999 Hasbro. Well, that concludes my review for the 2001 G.I. Joe Australian Jungle Fighter. Hope you liked the video. I'll be doing more reviews and other videos in the future. And I do have a plan, hopefully I'll be able to stick with it, to make at least one, anywhere between 4 to 8 minute long stop motions at least once a month starting this September. So, looking forward to doing that. And if you want to see any other reviews, I'll put in the description, or you can go check out my channel. Have review of the Australian ODF, just recently uploaded that if you want to check that out as well. Just compare the two eras, and yeah, well, that concludes this review. One last thing, one of my subscribers mentioned in one of my videos of the Australian ODF that the hat to the Australian ODF was a bit flimsy. This hat is much better. It's rubber, so it's not as flimsy, and it's a lot more stiff. So if you want to get the Australian G.I. Joe, you might want to stick with that. But this guy is usually much more expensive than the ODF, so yeah, there's that. But you probably get the hat individually offline, eBay for a couple bucks. So yeah, well, that finally concludes this review. I'll see you in the next one.